good morning. Today I'm going to be sharing my 3 favorite breakfast items that we make to help us stay on track and meet our weight loss goals. So if this is something that you like, please like and subscribe and stay tuned. We're starting off this morning by making our chia seed pudding, and we're going to start by adding 2 tablespoons of chia seeds to your container. And then adding in 1 cup of coconut or almond milk to the mix. And I like to add in pumpkin spice or cinnamon seasoning as well. And a half teaspoon of honey for sweetness. Seal your containers with your lid. Mix the ingredients together by either stirring it with a spoon, or in my case, I like to give it a good shake. And then we're going to refrigerate them overnight to allow them to thicken up. Okay, so it's the next morning, and you'll see me make 2 jars of the chia seed pudding. I'll be making one for myself and one for my husband, and we like it different ways. I typically start with adding bananas to both, and then I like strawberries in mine, and he prefers blueberries, so I'll be adding in both of those, and I'll top it off with some almond butter and some unsweetened coconut flakes. Now, this is really a quick and easy breakfast that you can meal prep at the beginning of the week and use throughout the week. I did this the night before for the next day. It only took me less than 5 minutes to prep the night before, and it doesn't take very long to set up in the morning time, so it's really quick and really easy and really filling, because the chia seeds overnight as they sit, they get really thick, and it's a great low carb alternative to like oatmeal. And you can serve this either cold or hot. During the summer times, I like to do cold because it gets really hot here in the summer, but during the winter times, you can warm it up and eat it as more of a porridge, which is also really tasty. Currently, I'm not doing heavy physical activity for my weight loss. I'm really focusing on changing my relationship with food. But if you are doing any type of heavy cardio or weightlifting, you can bulk up this meal with more protein. So you can use, instead of almond or coconut milk, just plain Greek yogurt is really good. Or you could also add some really healthy protein powder as well. And this is my finished product, so yummy and delicious. Okay, so out of the 3 breakfasts we're making today, this one's gotta be my favorite. BLT Egg Muffins. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, mixed in with egg. It's so simple and so easy, and very delicious. I'm starting first by cooking my bacon because it takes the longest to cook, and I'm going to cook it in the air fryer at 340 degrees for 11 minutes, and we'll just let that go. Moving on to the veg, I'm going to start by dicing up my tomato and I just dice it up into small bite-sized pieces, taking the middle seeds out as well. And if you're wondering why I look like I'm bouncing, it's because no breakfast prep is complete without some heavy tunes to dance to, and honestly, it just makes your breakfast taste way better. For the lettuce part of the BLT, I like to use spinach, and I'll rip off the stems and then stack them on top of each other, and then I roll it. I find that it makes it a lot easier to cut the spinach, and then you're left with these beautiful strips of spinach. By now, the bacon should be done and cooled. I start just by stacking up my bacon just like I did my spinach and cutting it into small pieces and then putting it into the tomato and spinach mix. Okay, and to my blender, I'm adding in about a cup of almond milk, and then I'll add my eggs. For this recipe, I find that 8 eggs is perfect amount for what I need to make. This comes out to 12 egg muffins, and I'm able to perfectly fill each muffin cup about 3/4 of the way full. And then to the mix, I just add in a little bit of garlic powder. I don't do salt because it already has the salt from bacon. And then I just give it a good mix until it's nice and frothy and completely blended together. Okay, time to piece everything together. I'm using a silicone muffin pan. I find that that's very easy for these egg muffins. They just pop right out. I do grease it with a little bit of avocado spray, but I'm just adding the BLT mix to each little muffin cup before I add in the egg mixture. And I try to make sure that each cup has a good amount of each ingredient to it. And now I just pour my egg mixture on top of the ingredients in the muffin cup, and I try to fill it about 3/4 of the way full. And with the amount of egg mixture that we made, I find that this makes just the perfect amount for each cup. I only have barely a little bit left over. And then you're going to bake them for 350 degrees between 12 and 15 minutes. These are a delicious grab and go meal for any weekday. Now it is summer here, but I am missing the colder weather, so we are going to make some sweet potato blueberry crumble, and it is a breakfast that's perfect for the cold winter months. I'm going to start by making the crumble topping. It is the part of the breakfast that takes the longest to make, however, it still only takes less than 5 minutes to put together. I'm using my food processor, but if you don't have a food processor, this can easily be whipped up with a bowl and fork. To the food processor, I'm adding in 1/2 cup of almond flour. And next, I'm adding in a 1/2 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. If you are trying to follow Whole30 or Paleo, or if you just want to be mindful of your sugar count in this meal, please be sure to pay attention that you have unsweetened and not sweetened coconut flakes. And then I'll be adding in 3 tablespoons of tapioca flour. And then add in 1 tablespoon of honey for added sweetness, and it helps hold the mix together. And add 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And I added in a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. I added a 1/4 cup ghee to the mix. Snap the lid and base in place, and then pulse until it's all blended together. And you may need to use a spatula in the middle of mixing just to break up the pieces that are stuck on the side. This provides such an amazing fragrance. You will know it when you smell that it's all mixed. Time to make the filling, and I'm going to start by spraying my 8x8 pan with some avocado spray. And I went a little heavy on the spray. For non-stick pans, especially great quality like this, you don't need that much spray. Because this is a quick and easy meal prep item, we are using canned sweet potatoes rather than fresh. And I know, but look, this is a weeknight meal prep and I got a lot to do. This is why it's quick and easy. So anyways, I just use one can, a large can, of unsweetened, no added sugars sweet potato. And it's nice because they're already cooked and they're already diced. And I just add it to my bowl. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of organic frozen blueberries. And this adds a nice contrast to the sweet potatoes because you have sweet from the sweet potatoes and a little bit of bitter from the blueberries. And then I give it a mix. I am chopping up the frozen blueberries that are stuck together, and I also try to chop up the sweet potatoes into smaller pieces. And because I love honey so much, and I want to make a little bit of a glaze in the filling, I'm adding in about a tablespoon of honey. And then give it one more good mix before we're going to add it to our baking pan. And finally, I'm going to grab the crumble mixture and sprinkle it on top of the filling until it is completely covered. Place your crumble in the oven at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Once your timer is gone off, you can remove it from the heat and let it cool for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then serve it up as you wish. Again, this recipe is so good. It's perfect for a fall or winter morning. I can see this being a good Thanksgiving breakfast, and it's just warm and cozy. And you could also change up the filling. I like sweet potatoes, but you could use peaches or apples, whatever fits your family's needs. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you liked this. Please like and subscribe.